To improve battery life on Google Pixel 10a, we can do a couple of things. So the most important part of optimizing the battery is of course battery settings. If we go to battery settings in here, we should be able to find, for example, the battery saver. Although it is not really necessarily recommended to use the battery saver all the time, you can use it in situations when you cannot really charge your phone, but you have, like, let's say 20-25% battery left. There is also the extreme battery saver, which extends the battery tremendously. You get much more time before your battery runs out of the percentages. But you know, just like in the case of the standard battery saver, it is recommended to use it only in those situations when the battery is going low and you don't have the option to charge it yet, and you want to keep your battery alive, if you want to keep your phone alive, actually. We can also create schedule and reminders, so you can have automatic battery savers, so you don't have to worry about turning it on and off. You can just simply use these options in here. And besides that, we have the adaptive battery option also, that is usually enabled by default, but of course you can double check if that is also the case in your phone. And besides that, in the battery settings, we can find the battery health option, where we can find the battery capacity, but we can also go to the charging optimization, which is of course recommended to use. By default, we use the adaptive charging, which finishes charging up to 100% right before you normally unplug. Usually the adaptive charging stops at 80%, and then after some time it can charge to 100% when the phone recognizes the pattern that you are about to unplug the power adapter. Usually this option needs some time to figure out how often you charge your battery, when you charge it and when you stop charging it, so then it can do these automations. And besides that, we can just set up the 80% limit straight away, so you can never really exceed 80% when you charge the battery, and it is a pretty good choice if you don't care about the last 20% that we can of course charge. Simply because 80% is like the perfect spot for the battery. Usually you don't really want to keep charging all the way to 100% because it increases, well, it speeds up the aging process, which is inevitable nevertheless, but we can slow it down a little bit. And the reason why it is 80% is simply because this is how batteries are made nowadays. The perfect percentage for battery is between approximately 20% and 80%. This is why all these limits mention 80% and use 80% of the battery. And you start charging at 20 most of the time. This is the recommendation, of course. This helps you preserve the battery in a healthy state for a slightly longer time, and you can keep it in a healthy state to make sure that the capacity remains as big as possible before you start losing it. And yeah, so you can of course keep that in mind. I understand if the 80% is annoying to you because well, you don't really fully use your battery. You always have 20% less than you potentially can use. So if you don't like this feature, then I can understand that you can turn it off, but since we are talking about improving the battery life, I also have to mention this. Alright, so besides that, we can do some display, we can visit some display settings in here, we can make some changes in here that can also be quite helpful in saving the battery. For example, it is recommended to use the adaptive brightness, of course. This allows you to automatically change the brightness on your phone to adjust to the light of the environment. There is also the enhanced HDR brightness, which of course can also be the reason why your battery drains quickly when you watch HDR videos. Of course, HDR is not used all the time, mostly just when you watch HDR videos when they are being played. But you know, if you notice that the battery drains a little bit too fast, then you can consider disabling the HDR, the enhanced HDR brightness. The always on display also can be the reason why the battery can be drained rather quickly, so you can turn it off if you don't really have a use for that feature. The screen timeout, of course, you are supposed to use something like 15 or 30 seconds. In my case, I use 2 minutes for videos so that the screen doesn't time out by accident. And of course, you can use the screen attention. However, I can actually recommend you disabling this option when we are talking about the battery improvement, simply because you probably don't need to keep it on all the time. Even if you are looking at it, you can just simply tap on the screen to refresh the timeout, so it doesn't so the phone doesn't put the display to sleep even if you exceed that the time over here. Now let's move on to the next next option. In here we can find the smooth display, which allows you to use 120 Hz refresh rate. And of course, this is a really good feature to use because, well, everything runs much smoother on the screen. It's visually very pleasing. And I can understand if you don't want to turn it off. Personally, I would not do so as well. But since we are talking about all these different options that allow you to improve the battery life, then of course, I also have to mention this. Now we're gonna go to sound and vibration. And in here, in sound and vibration, you should be able to find the now playing option. While this is a pretty good feature that allows you to pretty much always get song titles if they are played in the background, and if you want to always know what songs you did hear when you were, for example, outside or in a party or somewhere. And of course, with that feature, you can check the list later on, or just check out your lock screen if you want to get the song title on the spot. Usually the phone can identify the song quite easily. However, since this feature is running pretty much all the time in the background, it also drains the battery quite a bit, so I can recommend you disabling this option, and instead of using the now playing, you can use, for example, the search song provided by Circle to Search. So if you activate Circle to Search, then you can use this note icon over here, which apparently doesn't work in settings for some reason. There we go, and then you can get the song title like this, which is definitely a more efficient way for the battery, of course, to get a song title. Now we're gonna go to settings again, and this time we're gonna proceed to the, let me actually try to find it. We're looking for location. There we go, here it is. And in location, if we go to location services, you can find Wi-Fi scanning and Bluetooth scanning. And I can recommend you disabling both of these options. And they don't have to be enabled all the time. And actually, if you turn them off collectively, they can actually save the battery quite a bit. It's not really that significant amount of extra time that you can get when these options are enabled, but still it is worth doing so because, like I said, they don't have to be enabled all the time, and whenever the phone needs these features, then you will be informed about it and you will have the option to quickly turn them on, and then later on you can of course turn them off again when you are done with these features, or when the phone is done with these features. And besides that, we can also go to the network and internet, and over here we should be able to find, for example, the hotspot and tethering. Now, of course, Wi-Fi hotspot usually has the option to automatically turn off the hotspot when no device is connected, and that's pretty great. It is of course recommended to use it. But if you disable it and you have to manually turn off the hotspot, then of course I need to remind you that you should do so. If no device is connected to the hotspot, there is no need to keep the hotspot on, because hotspot actually drains the battery quite a bit. Also, if we go to the internet in here and scroll down, we should be able to find network preferences. Let me actually try to find it. There we go. And then in here, we have turn on Wi-Fi automatically, which can also drain the battery a little bit. In this case, we also need to use Wi-Fi scanning as well, so that's why I also recommended you to disable Wi-Fi scanning, and hence I also recommend you disabling this option. Usually it is not really necessary to use it all the time. I don't think it is really that necessary to keep your Wi-Fi enabled all the time, or when the phone detects like a high quality network that you haven't connected to in the past. Usually if you want to use the Wi-Fi, then you just turn it on, so there's really no need to use that option if you think about it. And that is pretty much it. I think these are... Actually, no, there is one more thing that I have to mention, and that is the apps that are running in the background. Of course, usually apps running in the background can be easily closed, but there are some apps that are always running in the background, regardless if you have them here on this list of recent items or not. So these can be such apps as apps that provide video wallpapers or animated wallpapers. They have to be constantly running in the background, and of course this drains the battery. And video wallpaper apps are, or is just one example. Of course, there are probably some other apps that can be running all the time in the background without you even noticing it. So you want to be careful with these apps because they can drain the battery quite a bit. Of course, usually you can find if the specific app is draining the battery. If you go back to the battery settings, over here we can go to battery usage in order to see the list of apps, and you can easily find out which app drains the battery, so you can do something about it. So you can, for example, restrict the battery usage for the app if you go to the app settings. And of course, I also can mention things like the internet, like the Wi-Fi and mobile data, Bluetooth, NFC, and so on and so forth. These options don't have to be really enabled all the time, and you can of course keep reminding yourself about it. So whenever you are, for example, outside of your home, you probably don't need to use the Wi-Fi, so you can turn it off. And on the other hand, if you are at home, then of course you probably can disable mobile data and use the internet instead, use the Wi-Fi instead, of course. And if you don't have any Bluetooth device connected to your phone, then of course you can disable Bluetooth in here. And I think you get the idea. So you can remember about that, and you can implement those changes in your life while you use your phone to improve the battery quite a bit as well. Of course, individually, all of these settings that I had shown you, they really don't make that much of a difference. Usually you can get like maybe up to a couple of minutes more, maybe like 10-20 minutes at most for some features. But once we start collecting all these minutes, then of course you will get like an extra hour, extra 2 hours, and so on and so forth. So that's why we can still, of course, manage those settings and get an extra time out of your battery. And hopefully it won't drain quite a bit, or maybe drain as much, actually, I should say. So I believe that is pretty much it. And if I missed something, if there's like a feature or setting that I should have mentioned about, that I should talk about in this video, should have talked about actually, then please let me know in the comments so everyone can see it, of course, and everyone can do something about that feature. And that's it. Leave a like and subscribe.